The streets of Medina were filled with people who valued what the worldly life honors: noble lineage, tribal power, and physical beauty. But walking among them was a man who possessed none of these worldly traits. In the eyes of society, he was heavily tested. He was short in stature, poor, and faced severe social rejection. People would literally turn away from him. He was often avoided in gatherings. Yet, while the people of the earth overlooked him, his status was elevated in the heavens. He was a personification of the prophetic saying that a man may be disheveled and pushed away from doors, but if he were to swear an oath by Allah, Allah would fulfill it.
Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, was not known for any powerful lineage or social position. The historical sources do not preserve details of his family background or tribe, which reflects how little importance was given to him by society before Islam. Even his name was unusual. Julaybib is considered a diminutive form in Arabic, carrying a meaning connected to smallness. Some scholars mention this when discussing his name and how it reflected his appearance or the way people viewed him. Reports also describe him as damim, meaning that he was not considered attractive by the standards of his society. We do not have a detailed physical description of him, but the reports indicate that his appearance was not something people admired. He was not among the wealthy merchants. He was not among the influential tribal figures. He did not have the social advantages that many people around him possessed. His life was simple, and he remained someone without fame or public recognition. When Islam came to Medina, it changed the way people understood honor. A person's worth was no longer measured by tribe, wealth, appearance, or social position. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught that true honor comes through faith, righteousness, and closeness to Allah. Among the people of Medina was Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him. He was now part of the community of believers, sitting among the companions of the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, and learning from him. A man who had once been overlooked by society was now close to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. One day, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, turned his attention towards Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him. He asked him about marriage and encouraged him towards it. Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, was aware of how society viewed him. He did not have wealth. He did not have a powerful family name. He did not have the qualities people usually searched for when looking for a husband. The question of marriage was not simple for him. He responded with the reality of his situation. Who would marry me? But the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, did not look at Julaybib through the eyes of society. He saw the faith and character of a believer. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, then went to an Ansari household. When he arrived, the father welcomed the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Marry your daughter to me." The man was honored and believed that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, was asking for himself. He responded, "What a blessing and honor, O Messenger of Allah." Then the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, clarified, "I am not asking for her for myself." The man asked, "Then for whom?" The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, replied, "For Julaybib." The father was surprised. The proposal was not for a famous leader, a wealthy man, or someone with a powerful family name. It was for Julaybib. The father explained that he would consult the mother of the girl. When the mother heard the proposal, she struggled with the idea. She had expected a different future for her daughter, and the thought of marrying her to Julaybib was difficult for her. She objected, saying words to the effect, "No, by Allah, not Julaybib." But when the daughter learned that the proposal had come through the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, she understood the honor of the situation. She did not look at Julaybib through the eyes of society. She looked at the guidance of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and the pleasure of Allah. She accepted. This moment showed the difference between the judgment of people and the judgment taught by Islam. People saw Julaybib's lack of worldly status. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, saw a believer worthy of honor. And this was the beginning of a new chapter in the life of Julaybib. After the proposal was accepted, Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, entered a new chapter of his life. The man who had once lived without social status now had a family and a place among the people. His marriage was a reflection of the change Islam had brought. A man's value was no longer measured by wealth, appearance, or lineage. It was measured by faith. Not long after, the Muslims went out for an expedition. Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, was among them. He stood with the believers not as the overlooked man of the past, but as a companion of the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him. The same man who had once been overlooked by society was now standing for the faith he believed in. When the battle began, Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, fought with courage. He was found after the battle beside 7 of the enemy fighters. He had fought until he was killed. After the fighting ended, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, asked for those who were missing. The companions mentioned the names of others. But the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, asked, "Where is Julaybib?" They searched for him, and when they found him among the fallen, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, recognized his sacrifice. He said, "He is from me, and I am from him." These words showed the rank Julaybib held in the sight of the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, carried him with his own hands. The man who had been overlooked by people was personally honored by the Prophet of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him. His wife, who had accepted him through faith and trust in Allah, was now left as a widow. She had chosen a man whom society underestimated, but whom the messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, honored. Julaybib, may Allah be pleased with him, left behind a lesson that remains. A person may have little in the eyes of people, yet be among the most honored in the sight of Allah.